Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Samuel Leg here representing Team JVS. I'm back here again for another series review. Now, this series, I'm a little late. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, this this series technically started in 2019. No, actually, no. It started in the beginning of 2020. Okay, so I'm not too late. I'm talking about the Comey rule. Now, this is the description of it. Jeff Daniels and Brendan Gleeson star as former FBI Director James Comey and President Donald J. Trump in a limited series of the story of two powerful men whose strikingly different ethics and loyalties put them on a collision course. Now, this is the thing about this. During the time when this came out, I was intrigued. You know, it came out as ShowTime's like presentation. I requested to get it, to be able to watch it early and stuff like that. I was really prepared. But then the moment I didn't get it to be able to watch early and review, and I was kind of like, I was bombarded with other different shows and movies. And so I kind of missed out on it. I think I looked at a little bit of the first episode and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But a part of me on an emotional side, you know, there was a lot of emotions going on at that time. You know, for good or bad, like that wasn't something that I was like, I just want to immediately go and recount everything that kind of happened and how it transpired. I was like, I already seen this. Like, I already know, you know, the way that it happened with Hillary and, you know, the FBI going in and investigating and trying to understand what's going on. And the coincidental timing of how it all happened. And then also the Russian involvement with it. And then the election and how it progressed and how, like, you know, the world was literally looking. Everyone was looking, and it was like there was people, no matter what way you pulled, left or right, people were upset. And I was kind of like, I don't really want to revisit that, you know? And it's crazy because now things are in such disarray from our republic, from our nation, and even with this pandemic, that it was kind of like, oh, well, I mean, everything I had a preconceived notions about, it doesn't matter now because the worst of the worst could have ever happened has already happened. So now at this point, let's go back to the beginning, how we got here, And that was what got me to go back and rewatch the Comey rule. And what I didn't realize was this cast is huge. First off, Jeff Daniels as James Comey, he does a really great job. I mean, I've seen different like video footage and photographs of James Comey. I think Jeff Daniels, his eyes like a little bag a little bit over, but in terms of his performance and his what's the word? He's got a level of sincerity and integrity about his every word, every delivery that he was giving. And again, part of this also has to be given to the scripting, because this is based on James Comey's book. But Billy Ray, who was the writer of Captain Phillips, The Hunger Games, Overlord, and he also directed one of my, honestly, that is a guilty pleasure of mine, in The Secret of Their Eyes. I love that film. I loved how dark and how it went places that you didn't think it would. But you got Holly Hunter in this. You got Michael Kelly. You got Scott McNeary. You got, Jonathan Banks from Breaking Bad. You got a whole slew of it. Even Kingsley Ben-Adir, I actually interviewed him recently for one night in Miami. He plays Barack Obama in this one. He does a great performance in that. You got William Sadler in this. And it's just, honestly, between what Brendan Gleeson does, I think this was a underrated performance. Because if you don't know, most times with Brendan Gleeson, like, he has this really thick Irish accent, or even sometimes like he has this really gruff kind of like conversation. The lengths that he goes in dedication of sounding like the mannerisms of Donald J. Trump is astounding. In the second act, for whatever you feel about our president, one way or another, like, his dedication to making sure he sounded like, felt like, and lived and breathed this person is astounding. Like, honestly, I feel like there's not enough credit given. And part of it, I think, is because there's so much going on with the media. There's such an oversaturation of this person that people are like, I don't want to see or hear, or, you know, there's plenty of people that do this on SNL. So it's kind of like, I think that was why this was really kind of overlooked. But I'm telling you, in the second episode of the Comey Rule, he crushes scenes. He crushes it, and that's not me, you know, uplifting the standards or the ethics behind the man or the character that he's portraying. No, not by any means. But his performance in it is amazing, and not just that, him and Jeff Daniels, they clash so well. Like, it is some scene. There was one scene at the dinner table that I was like, this feels disgusting, but it's amazingly captured. Now, I think that the way they use certain things in the back half of the second episode to kind of clear everything up, I think it could have been spaced out a little bit better. I think that they could have progressively made this another episode or something else. But for what it was and how informative it was, as well as some of the things and the links that they do with expressing of worry or concern, taking from the Comey journals and taking from different, I assume, people's perspectives in their audio files and their findings and their interviews to bring this all at one. It takes from different directions on what was right and what was wrong. But I will say that this film does cater to a specific perspective of who was wrong and who was right, who was evil and who was not. So if you're looking for a non-biased, you know, one way left or right, this is not this. The show it evidently shows what the writer and the director and what Comey's journal is looking at as being the real evident problem. But nonetheless, from a historic standpoint and from the implications of everything, it is a very interesting watch, and I highly recommend you go and check it out. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I just wanted to give you guys my spiel on it. As far as a rating, I would rate it at a 9 out of 10. It was actually very interesting to go back and watch it, especially with everything that's going on right now. If not anything from the performances alone, I think it's a very interesting watch. The first half, it does go a little slow, but the implications of what James Comey was going through with his family, that was very engaging and interesting. It does play a certain bias, again, remember, because this is coming from somebody specific, but I think it's a good watch. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, guys.